Chapter 95 Gojo's Mark on Geto. Morning crept up and found Gojo and Geto tangled with each other while they slept. Gojo gently freed his legs from Geto's and sat up, running a hand through his messy hair. Geto stirred and curled his body inward. Gojo drew the sheets higher over Geto's form, waiting to make sure it wasn't the beginning of a nightmare. When Geto remained still, Gojo shuffled to the bathroom to shower. He was usually the first one up, but dawdled the longest, causing the two of them to rush to classes. He glanced in the mirror with a toothbrush in his mouth, checking out the bite marks Geto left on his neck. He spat into the sink, then eyed the rest of the marks on his arm and torso, erasing evidence of Geto using reverse curse technique. He remembered how Geto needed him in the middle of the night and thought of the countless times Gojo had roused him from his sleep with his own needs and wants. But it wasn't just physical release Geto desired. He wanted me to give him something beyond my body. After showering, Gojo wrapped himself in his robe and went to wake Geto. He was still curled up tight, his hair spread over the pillows in a long black curtain. Gojo sat at the edge of the bed to wake him up and pulled the blanket away from his face. Geto's eyes twitched but didn't open. "Suguru," Gojo said, touching him lightly on the shoulder. "No," came the muffled reply. "No?" Gojo pouted teasingly. "It hurts when you tell me no." "Then don't ask," Geto mumbled, still curled up tight. "Okay then, but I'm not going anywhere without you." "I wonder if Yaga would show up here himself, or if he'd have someone else check on us." Geto groaned, then rolled over until his face was buried in the pillow. Gojo worried he might have fallen asleep again, but he finally rose and scooted past Gojo to head to the bathroom. Gojo's gaze followed Geto, noticing the goosebumps that broke out over his nude body, the trace of dried semen on the back of his thigh. "Oh my God, stop thinking dirty thoughts." A sound emitted from Gojo's throat as his arousal grew, and he wrapped his robe tighter to hide it. Geto turned around in the bathroom doorway. "Did you say something?" Gojo stood and wordlessly shook his head, turning to head for the closet for his uniform. At a moment like this, he wished he could trade his slim-fit blue slacks for Geto's billowy hakamas. When they sat through class, Yaga noticed Gojo strangely subdued, but still distracted by Geto. Geto held his forehead in one hand and was furiously writing in his assignment book with the other. Gojo wasn't needling him for attention every few minutes like he usually did, but even from the front of the class, Yaga could still feel the pull Geto had over Gojo. Gojo was obsessing how seeing Geto marked with his semen made him feel even more possessive and overprotective. It was like a stain on Geto's soul that only he could leave. He couldn't get the sight of it out of his mind. Is it wrong to want someone that completely? Love shouldn't feel like a hand around the wrist, but I feel the urge to grip anyway. Is possession a sin? Or just devotion? I can't tell the difference when it's Suguru. I'm not sure I want to.